In the legal world, there is a combination of forces that feed a corrupt and suffocating legal system for attorneys. Law schools, law professionals, judges, and even the firms themselves for whom you work create a system, a matrix, if you will, that is nothing like what you thought when you passed the bar exam. The purpose of this podcast is to help you escape this legal matrix, leading you out of the proverbial desert to be free of the bondage of the matrix. Hosted by Bryce D. Nyer, attorney at law with over 30 years experience in the trenches of civil and criminal litigation at the state, federal, and international levels. He's a highly accomplished and resourceful legal professional, a true master of his craft, and he's here to help you get your life back. Here's your host, Bryce D. Nyer.
Hello. It's Bryce D. Nyer coming at you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of Fort Bragg, for another episode of Escape the Legal Matrix. And we are here in the house. Where's my trusty law firm mascot? He's probably out there stealing food, counter surfing. Old Drake, our Labrador Retriever. I'm in here having a hot tea with some honey. And I'm here with you. I'm here with all of you. So I've got a topic tonight. I think it's an interesting one. Of course, I think everything I say is interesting, but I guess I'm just a little biased, just a little bit. But tonight's topic deals with walking away. Can you walk away from your profession or toxic people in your life? Can you give them up? Can you just walk away and say, I'm done, D-O-N-E, done? And for me, I thought about this over the last couple months. Because I'll be straight up with you. I think I'm just done. I think I'm done with the whole game. The whole game, the whole so-called legal profession. I think I'm done with it. You know, it's just, sometimes you have a passion for something for a while, and then it's just not there anymore. And you just wake up one morning, you look at me like, what in the hell am I doing anymore? What am I doing? And I thought about this more and more as I am planning the rest of my life and where I'm going to be and who I'm going to be with and all that. And I got to thinking. I was just sitting there the last couple of months, and I've said this to a couple of my close friends. I think I could just walk away from it all. Like I don't even want to own a house anymore. I mean, some people are like, yeah, man, it's the American dream, owning a home. And I'm like, yeah, dude, until you got to put the new AC unit in for $15,000, or you have some water damage not covered by the homeowner's policy. And then it's like, oh yeah, more cash in the old money pit. Then you start looking at the homeowner's insurance and the property taxes, and you're like, damn, I'm just paying that on behalf of the mortgage company, and if I don't outlive the mortgage, I've paid all this for them, for just take it back and sell it to somebody and make interest payments off and all that crap. And I'm paying for them. And you start looking at this whole money game, the whole life game and stuff. And you're like, man, what am I doing? And I've talked to a number of my closest friends who are attorneys. And I got to tell you, I really just don't know very many that are happy practicing law anymore. And you law students, I'm totally serious about this. You have to really think about this. You have to really think about what you're getting yourselves into. Do you really know what you want? Do you really know what you want to do? Because I've always said for a long time, you should open, own, operate, and lead your own law firm. And I still believe in that. The issue is, in today's world, can you truly open, own, operate, and lead? Or are the forces of the legal matrix so powerful that they're going to continue to micromanage you? And I see across the world in many nations, especially over the weekend, for example, that many people are just fed up with what their governments are doing and what's happening in their countries, and they're millions marching, and they're just walking. They're not so much walking away from their freedoms; they're walking to their freedom. They're rising up. And they're walking away from the insanity and a delusion that have kept them in bondage for so long by their governments. And so this comes to this this, this epiphany where you just wake up one day and you look in the mirror and you say, man, I could just walk away from all this. I mean, how much do we really need? How much? I mean, how much money? How much sex? How much fun? How much, this, that? I mean, how much do you really need? Because I'm going to tell you, as long as I've lived, there's just all the shiny things in the world. They never really brought me true fulfillment. And people will not always bring you, or may not bring you at all, total fulfillment. There's always a void. Maybe it's God, maybe it's Jesus. That's the void. Maybe there's something spiritual that just human beings cannot possibly fill in this void. There's things that you purchase that just, you can't. I mean, a few weeks ago, I went to look at a brand new Mustang. Now, I've always liked Mustangs. And I went to look at it. It's a beautiful car. I thought, do I really need it? Do I really need to go to the expense? I mean, what purpose is it going to serve? And you know what? I looked at it and I just walked away. Because it just wasn't serving my sole purpose to purchase that brand new Mustang. And I drove home and I looked at my house that I live in with my dog. It's just me and the dog now. My son's grown. He's a young Army officer and I'm divorced. And I just thought, it's a house, but it's just not a home anymore. It's just not a home. And I just felt like it doesn't fulfill me. It just doesn't have purpose. Yeah, I'm blessed. I got a home. A lot of people don't in the world. I get it. A lot of people living on the streets. A lot of people, living in the cold or the heat, or they don't have any. Some by choice and some not by choice. And I just thought, could I just walk away from all of it? Could I just walk away from the insanity of the legal matrix, the insanity of homeownership, and just be done with it and just simplify my life so much that I just wouldn't have to deal with the insanity of all of this anymore. And I got to tell you, I just looked at myself and said, yeah, I can do it. Because I've been in this game so long, this game of the legal matrix, this game of life, and all the stupidity and the insanity. And I was just like, it's just sometimes these things, or most of the time, these things, these purchases, these shiny things, these people we think are so important, they're not filling the void. They're not fulfilling at all. And you law students, you really need to take a good look at where you are in life. Some of you are in your 20s. You're extremely young. You're still at the beginning of your life and your career. And what you don't realize is that when you get thrown into this thing that I call the legal matrix, it's going to consume you if you allow it. And you'll be so tempted to go after the shiny things in these relationships and your 15 minutes of fame or whatever it is, until you get to a point down the road where it's not fulfilling. It doesn't fill your sole purpose. And if you're blessed enough and truly, I guess luck is the same thing as being blessed, you discover what your sole purpose is. That's a great thing. The day you awaken and you can just walk away and you can just say no to somebody or something, and that's power. That's real power. It really is. I mean, think about the fact of at some point, maybe you were really in love with somebody, or really had a crush on them, or you were you were wild about the relationship. And then you began to see cracks in the foundation of this particular person that you were with, or maybe you married, engaged to, I don't know, dating. And all of a sudden, the relationship is just not fulfilling. And you get to a point where you're like, you got to walk away. It's like the Titanic too, man. It's just sinking. And you got to grab a life vest and a life raft or a life boat, and you got to go. You got to say goodbye. You got to be able to walk away. And so as I really think about this and where I'm going in this final chapter of my life, I honestly took a deep, deep look. And I just said, yeah, I could walk away from it all. I could walk away from it. I could never walk in a courtroom again voluntarily. I don't want to get suspended or just barred or like that's not what I'm saying. But voluntarily making the choice, I could walk away from it all. I could do it. And I wouldn't blink and I wouldn't look back. And I want to live at the coast by the water. And I could leave the city I'm living now and I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't look back. I just go. And sometimes you just got to go. Time to go. It's time to go. And so I kept thinking about that. What do I really need? How much square footage do I really need? Do I really need a big house? Do I, because first of all, I hate doing the yard work. So I pay the guys to come do it. I hate cleaning the pool. I used to like it. I don't like it anymore. It's just not, it just takes too much time when I can do other stuff. And I don't want to be bogged down to that. Or maybe, or maybe some other business venture you're doing. Maybe it's just bogging you down and just taking you away from living. Because see, the legal matrix can take you away from living. It can make you become the walking dead. And if you're not careful, you may not be able to walk away. I see that with some of my colleagues. They didn't invest their money. They didn't save. They just blew it their whole life. And, live for today, Can't take it with you. That's true, you can't. But if you live long enough, you might want to put something away. So you can walk away and live. So I kind of want you law students to really, really think about this. Where in your world do you need to walk away? From who or from what? I mean, have you really taken that good look in the mirror and just asked yourself, do I really need all of what I have? Or what am I really pursuing? And whatever I am pursuing, is it something that's going to fulfill me in my sole purpose? Or is it just going to put me into bondage and drag me down and lock me down like a I don't know, a student loan payment that some of you are like $200,000 or $400,000 in debt, hawk up to your $6,000, and you're like, man, how are you going to pay that back? Because I know plenty of law students been out 1 or 2 years, and it's just incredible, the crushing debt, and they're prisoners. They have a mortgage payment for a house that, guess what, they're never going to live in. I just can't imagine that. In today's world, the amount it costs to go to college and in particular law school, it's staggering. And for what? For what? For what? It's something you better think about, something you better look at. You better look in your life about what is it you really need and what people or what things or what entities or should you walk away from. Don't wait till 20, 30, 40, years down the road. Don't do that. Look now. Know what you want. Because what you don't want is irrelevant once you know what you want. So, again, ask the better question. Where in your world should you walk away? Maybe you should run away. Be like Forrest Gump. And just run. So anyway, this is Bryce and I coming at you live from Fayetteville, North Carolina, home of Fort Bragg. Again, another episode of About Walking Away. Ask that better question. Who or what should you walk away from? And how soon should you do it? This is Bryce out.